We outlined a few of these expenditures that are coming from USAID. This is what these people are crying about. We've frozen some of these funds that are going overseas just to review exactly what we're doing here as a nation that is $36 trillion in debt. Seems prudent to just take a minute and look over your expenditures. If you're deeply in debt, what family wouldn't do that? Well, a stupid family wouldn't do that because eventually, you're going to have bad credit. You're going to lose your home. You're going to lose your possessions. It might break up the family.
And then they show up out front of the USAID office yesterday like a bunch of crack addicts, a bunch of junkies wanting their fix.
Yep.
And it's like, methinks you doth protest too much. And they're definitely onto something here.
Well, we talked about some of these things. Just a reminder and a little reinforcement. Here's Caroline Levitt on what was going on at USAID.
You're watching live coverage.
Through USAID over the past several years, these are some of the insane priorities that organization has been spending money on. $1.5 million to advance DEI in Serbia's workplaces. $70,000 for a production of a DEI musical in Ireland. $47,000 for a transgender opera in Colombia.
And that one.
$32,000 for a transgender comic book in Peru. I don't know about you, but as an American taxpayer, I don't want my dollars going towards this crap, and I know the American people don't either, and that's exactly what Elon Musk has been tasked by President Trump to do, to get the fraud, waste, and abuse out of our federal government. Thank you, guys.
Wasting no time.
She didn't even mention the $2 million for sex changes and LGBT activism in Guatemala. $6 million to fund tourism in Egypt. Shouldn't we allow the Egyptians to do their own tourism promotion? Incredible. Hundreds of thousands of dollars for a nonprofit linked to designated terrorist organizations, even after an inspector general launched an investigation into that. Millions to EcoHealth Alliance, which was involved in research at the Wuhan lab. Hundreds of thousands of meals that went to Al-Qaeda. Well, the Al-Qaeda affiliated fighters in Syria. Funding to print personalized contraceptive birth control devices in developing countries. Good.
You want your name on that?
Yeah, you do. You really do. Because what if developing countries didn't have contraception? Why, they might have babies and we can't have that.
Right.
Then we'd have to fund all their abortions. So, you decide. What do you want to fund first? Hundreds of millions of dollars to fund irrigation canals, farming equipment, and fertilizer used to support the unprecedented poppy cultivation and heroin production in Afghanistan, which benefits the Taliban. It's one of their biggest revenue generators.
Yeah, that one's never made sense.
And
in the 25 years we've been over there, and it does if you're trying to fund a constant war on terror. But anyway, I digress.
Yeah. So,
and keep in mind, as you're reading these off, how you doing in North Carolina?
Yeah.
How you doing in East Palestine? Which, by the way, J.D. Vance was at yesterday.
It's the anniversary. Yesterday was the 1-year anniversary. It's amazing. Jeez. Well, the North Carolinians got their $700, right? Did they get that?
Yeah.
Then what are you belly aching about?
Maui, how you doing?
What does it cost to get back on your feet again?
Generational wealth right there.
Right. So that's for their kids, their grandkids, their great-grandkids. That'll be passed down for a long time to come, unless you're just going to squander it. It's inconceivable what's happening here. And there was more from Caroline Levitt as she recapped Donald Trump's first 2 weeks in office.
We are 2 weeks in, and President Trump is already delivering big wins for the American people. Let's go through the facts. On the border, President Trump declared a national emergency, deployed the military, ended catch and release, and reinstated Remain in Mexico. And already, illegal crossings are down 95%. We are resuming construction of the border wall, and Colombia's president is now offering his own plane for deportation of illegal Colombian immigrants.
Jeez.
On the economy and energy, President Trump unleashed American energy, declared a national energy emergency, and killed Joe Biden's radical electric vehicle mandate. Wall Street is booming, AI investments skyrocketed to $500 billion, and there's $20 billion flowing into U.S. data centers across our country. President Trump is restoring law and order. He labeled the drug cartels as foreign terrorist organizations, and he is deporting criminal illegal aliens, and he signed the Laken Riley Act into law. Draining the swamp, President Trump signed more than 45 executive orders. DEI has been purged from the government and our military, and lazy federal workers have been ordered back to the office. And when it comes to free speech and transparency, President Trump took 12 times more press questions than Joe Biden did in a week, reinstated 440 silenced journalists to the press room, and ended government censorship. Promises made, promises kept, and we're just getting started.